Hey beauties, welcome back to my channel. Today I have another exciting episode of Trial Tuesday where I get to try one or more new beauty products for you guys. So today I'm trying the stuff in the little orange box. I'm testing out Hermès Beauty for the very first time, and I have their new Fall 2025 collection. This is a beautiful limited edition collection, and I have the eyeshadow quad as well as a lipstick. So if that sounds like fun to you, please stick around. Please also like this video, leave me a comment, and subscribe to my channel. All right? Let's get this party started. So let's get into it. I'm so excited to try out the fall collection from Hermès Beauty. This is my very first purchase from Hermès. Let me show you the packaging. So this is the eyeshadow quad. This is the Ombres Optiques. And this is a limited edition for the fall. Just open it like this. Look at that. It's an Hermès box. I have to say, when I saw the orange box, my heart did skip a beat a little bit, and I said to myself, this is what it must be like when a girl is offered a quota bag at the Hermès store. When you get that call that the Birkin bag is available in the shade that you want, and you go into the room and they bring out the box and you start crying and hyperventilating. All right, it's not that exciting, but my heart did skip a beat when I saw this because I've never had anything from Hermès. So that is the box right there. So pretty. We just slide it out. And this is the dust bag. And here she is. So this is the Fall 2025 Eyeshadow Palette. It has the beautiful Hermès symbol right there. And this is the Ombre de Hermès Ombres Optiques. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing any of this. I've never taken French, so bear with me, please. Here she is. Isn't that beyond stunning? So obviously this comes with 4 shades, and this retails for $121. Okay, so according to the website, this reflects the Hermès annual theme of drawing, the Autumn-Winter 2025 limited edition makeup collection for lips, eyes, and hands reinterprets 2 emblematic shapes, the circle and the square. A harmony of deep hues enhanced by accents of light, the eyeshadow palette designed by Gregorius Pyrophilis, I'm sure I'm mispronouncing that, creative director of Hermès Beauty, offers a quartet of colors creating countless options for giving a natural, intense, or sophisticated look to the eyes. And this palette was made in Italy. The eyeshadow's soft and light texture can be easily blended using a finger or a brush, and it allows you to achieve your desired level of intensity. In each palette, the various finishes draw inspiration from the silk meteor. The matte finish evokes the essence of silk chiffon, and the satin finish mirrors the allure of silk twill, and the shimmering finish is reminiscent of silk lame. And with this collection, Hermès released 3 lipsticks and 3 nail polishes. I didn't pick up any of the nail polishes just because I get dip powder on my nails, so I'm not going to be able to use those. But I did pick up a lipstick, and I also want to do a fun comparison between this formula and the brand new Louis Vuitton makeup formula. And now we have the lipstick. And this is the Rouge Hermès Rose Epure. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. And again, it's an Hermès box. What's smaller than what you would fit a Birkin in, but it's still very exciting. At least it is to me. It's beautiful. As you can see, I'm not that hard to please. Well, I am, but with makeup, it doesn't take much apparently. Just put it in a pretty box and I'm good. It comes like this. It's nice that it has its own dust cover. And here she is. So this is the lipstick that I picked up, and it feels beautiful in the hand. It's magnetic, so it feels very weighty, very pretty. And this is limited edition for the fall. So also I do want to note the Hermès lipstick formula apparently has sesame seed extract in there. So in case anyone out there has a sesame allergy, I just wanted to throw that out there because it can pose a threat to anyone who's allergic to sesame. So just wanted to make you aware of that. According to Hermès, the Rose Epure is a gentle pink with a subtle hint of rosewood, and the texture fades onto the lips like a transparent veil, leaving a slightly matte finish. It is extremely comfortable, combines long-lasting hold with light to medium coverage, and is easy to modulate to suit the mood and the occasion. It has a combination of a moisturizing complex and white mulberry extract that takes care of the lips, delivering long-lasting hydration. And this lipstick is refillable, but the limited edition color is not, so you can use the case for Hermès lipsticks, but this particular shade is limited edition, so once you run out of it, you run out of it. So I'm going to swatch this first, and then we'll get into the eyeshadow. Oh, okay. Kind of balmy on the hand. Beautiful shade. Okay, so that is Rose Epure. See, it's not really a full matte. I'm gonna pop this on the lips. Ooh. And it is scented, but it's a nice scent. Okay, so I didn't go in with lip liner because I wanted to see how the lipstick looked without it. Ooh, I'm loving the shade. Isn't this beautiful? And it's not your typical matte at all. I would say it's similar to the new Louis Vuitton lipstick. I think it's a little bit of a thinner formula, but that lipstick also, that matte formula is not a true matte either, so they're a little bit similar in that way. I want to quickly swatch the Louis Vuitton next to this so you can compare and contrast. But this is a beautiful shade for fall. And again, I think I mentioned this before, but it's magnetic, so that's a very nice feature. Okay, I'm going to take my Louis Vuitton matte lipstick, and this is the number 203 Rose Odyssey, and we're going to swatch that next to the Hermes. Yeah, I think the Louis Vuitton is definitely a thicker formula than Hermes. But neither one is really a traditional matte. So this is the Louis Vuitton, and this is Hermes. But as you can see, the Hermes is a lot more sheer. I would say a little bit more luminous than the Louis Vuitton. See the way the light's hitting off of it? But this is really hydrating. Like, I love this color. Look how pretty. So I'm going to wait until the end of the video to give my final verdict on the lipstick and see how it feels as I'm applying the eyeshadow. But right off the bat, first impression, it's beautiful. And this color is stunning. So very happy so far with my first experience with Hermes. So let's get into the eyeshadow. I'm going to swatch it for you and also show you a swatch comparison of this eyeshadow compared to a Louis Vuitton eyeshadow. I know a lot of people are curious about the Louis Vuitton formula and how it compares to other luxury brands. So I'm going to swatch both on my hands for you so you can see the difference. Okay, so now we're going to swatch this gorgeous eyeshadow palette from Hermes. Do I really want to break it though? I mean, look how pretty that is. The shimmer shade, it has the Hermes in there. Look at that. So pretty. All right. I guess duty calls, right? Oh, okay. This green shade off the bat is quite pigmented. Very nice finish. Okay. Now going into the purple shade. Okay. Not so intense. Next, the shimmer shade. Very pretty. You wouldn't think that these colors would really go together very well, but they do. All right. I have to disturb the one that says Hermes. I'm sorry. Sorry. I know I'm apologizing to an inanimate object, but I feel bad. Okay. So very, very sheer on that one on the blue, which is nice because I think that could have a possibility of being too intense, so it's good that it's not. Okay, so here's the swatch. Obviously the top is the green shade, followed by that purple shade, and then that beautiful shimmer shade. Let me come a little bit closer so you can really get angle. And then the blue-gray shade is on the bottom. And I quickly want to compare this to the Sky is the Limit palette from Louis Vuitton. This very recently came out. This is the thickness. Back. Now I have to say, the Louis Vuitton packaging, I love this packaging. And the weight of it, obviously because it has a magnet in it, it's heavier, but it's also made of brass and aluminum. If I had to pick between the packaging, I think the Louis Vuitton is superior, just in its, first of all, its presentation, but even beyond that, just the quality of what you feel like you're having in your hand. Obviously, the Hermes is cheaper. This was $121. This is $250. But with the Louis Vuitton, you are getting a refillable compact that you can swatch out different colors. You're not getting that with Hermes. So if I were going to pick between the two based on packaging alone, I would go with the Louis Vuitton. But again, there's a very big price differential between the two. So I just wanted to show you quickly the difference in the packaging. And there's just obviously a very big difference in the weight. Okay, so now I'm going to swatch the Louis Vuitton The Sky is the Limit palette. So these are the two swatches side by side. So on this hand, we have the Louis Vuitton Sky is the Limit palette. And on this side, we have the Hermes. So I think with the Louis Vuitton, it's definitely more pigmented. These, I didn't have to do more than one swatch to get this level of pigment. The Hermes is not as pigmented. Like this shade right here, that blue-gray shade is very, very sheer. I'm wondering how it's going to apply on the eyes. I'm sure once I put these on the eyes, they will have enough pigment. But off the bat, Louis Vuitton, it's a drier formula than the Hermes, but I think it's more pigmented. So it's going to be interesting to see how the Hermes applies on my eyes, since I've never tried out their formula before, but I'm excited because this is a gorgeous color story and such a fun pop of color for the fall. And I love this lip. It's so comfortable on the lips. Like, I'm loving this. So, all right. So let's try the eyeshadow. Let's see what we can do. I do not have primer on my eyelids. Normally, I would put on the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer. But for my eyeshadow demo videos, I typically don't use that just because I want you to be able to see how the eyeshadow performs without anything on the eye. So I just have a little touch of foundation / concealer to brighten it up a little bit. And we're going to put on this beautiful palette and have some fun. So first, I'm going to go in with this shimmery shade and put it all over the lid. Oh, wow. Okay. Very pretty. Going on very, very pretty. And I'm not seeing any fallout, which is nice. Kind of just using this as a base for the eyeshadow. Really pretty. And on the other side. I'm just going to take my finger and just pop it on there too. Okay, so definitely more pigmented with using your finger. That is gorgeous. Very creamy. Very easy to use. You can just take a brush and just buff it out a little bit. So that is a beautiful base for the eyeshadow. And just very pretty, no fallout. Well, actually, the only fallout I'm getting is probably because I'm using a little bit of a bigger brush. Getting a little bit on the side here, but just using my finger to tap it off. But nothing under the eye or on the rest of the face. Probably use as a highlighter too while we're at it. Oh yeah, that's a pretty highlighter. See? Okay. And now I'm going to take this beautiful green shade and I'm going to put it into the corner of the eye. Now it's very, very pigmented. So I'm going to take, see? I'm going to take some off on the back of my hand and just work the brush into that. And I'm using a BK Beauty 205 brush. I'm just going to try to build it up into the corner there. Oh, pretty. Now, I wouldn't say that this palette would be something I would say would be a fall color choice for me just because of the blue. I wouldn't normally associate that with fall, but I'm feeling it. I like it. Something different. I think with a lot of brands, I noticed over the last couple months, the fall releases, like for example, Dior, the Miss Dior eyeshadows that came out, very like bright pinks, very pastel spring colors. And I didn't really understand that either for the fall. This makes more sense to me, but the Dior one I thought was a little out of place for the fall. But maybe brands are just trying to do something different to stand out. Ooh. What do I think? These are very easy to work with, very buildable, very buttery smooth, not patchy, really pretty, and no fallout. I just popped a little bit of the extra gold into the inner corner. What do we think? Okay, so just not to get up close and personal, but just want to show you this up close. Look how pretty this is. Like, that's a look in and of itself. Like, I don't even think you need anything else. I will use the other colors just for the purposes of this review, but this is a beautiful combination of itself. You don't even need anything else. So, really pretty. And I love this gold as a highlighter. See? Ooh, I like it. So now I'm going to take this blue-gray one and put it into the outer corner and into the crease to build up the dimension there. Again, I would be interested to see how this shade would do without the green underneath just because it is on the sheerer side. But I think this would be pretty as an under eye eyeliner. Also, by using this on the outer corner, it's toning down the green color just a little bit, which is good if you wanted to wear this for the office or just for more everyday look. I think you could combine this with the shimmer shade and really get a lot of use out of it. Okay. And if you're liking this video so far, please consider subscribing to my channel. I would love to have you here as a subscriber. Also, a couple of days ago, I announced my second giveaway on this channel. I will be giving away the Hourglass Swan palette, the holiday palette that just came out, to one of my subscribers. I will leave all of the details down in the description box below, but please let me know if you have any questions. You can let me know in the comments down below if you have a question, or DM me on Instagram. I'd be happy to answer any of your questions. And I would love to have you join this growing community of beauty lovers. So thanks for watching, and thank you in advance for subscribing if you decide to do so. Okay, so that is the dark blue gray color kind of in the inner corner. And I did move it a little bit over into the middle of the eye just because I wanted to tone down the green color a little bit. But very pretty. I am going to take this dark gray shade and just do a little bit under the eye for the eyeliner. Trying to delicately go around the Hermes logo there. Try to preserve it as much as possible. Okay, so it's going on very nicely. But this color is pretty sheer. But on the eyelid, it does look good. Okay, so just put a little bit under the eye just to give it a little bit of a pop. And now I'm going to take my Nikki LaRose BK Beauty N11 brush and just go into this purple eggplant shade and try to do an eyeliner look. Let me know in the comments down below if you like Hermes Beauty, if you've ever tried it, if you're curious about it. What do you think of it compared to Louis Vuitton with their makeup launch? Let me know all the details of what you think in the comments below. I like hearing your guys' input. Okay, so just trying to build up this eyeliner here. But I have to say, I'm very impressed with the formula. Like, I really love the way these shades are performing. I'm going to take this purple shade also and try to incorporate it onto the lid somehow. Maybe put a pop of it in the center. Why not, right? Okay. So you can't really see it on top of the other colors as much. Okay, there we go. Now it's building up a little bit more. So I went in with a very precise application, and now I'm just kind of dusting it on the top just to bring that color in a little bit more. And I'm just taking that gold shade just a little bit more with my hand and putting it into the corner of the eye. Just look what a beautiful pop of color that is. Okay, so what do we think of the look? I think the color story is just insanely beautiful. It's so different for fall. It's not your traditional fall array of colors. I love the fun design of it, the fun packaging. I think it's a little bit of a creamier formula than the Louis Vuitton eyeshadow palettes, but less pigmented. The Louis Vuitton, I love that formula. I'm obsessed with it. This is just a little bit different, but they're both, say, equally beautiful. This really impressed me, I have to say. I love the way it came out. I feel like there are so many different looks you can do with this palette. And I'm excited to try it out, do different looks, combine these different colors. I think this gold shade is just a beautiful base and topper. I think this would work well with any eyeshadow formula. So if you didn't want to use the rest of the colors in this color story when you're doing your makeup for a particular day, this shade in particular would combine beautifully with other palettes, other companies. But all of these colors are just strikingly beautiful and very, very different for the fall. So I'm excited I got to try this. I'm going to pop on mascara and give you my final verdict on the Hermes Fall Collection. So my final verdict for this eyeshadow palette is it is a must-buy with a caveat. So obviously, all of these luxury beauty products cost an exorbitant amount of money. $121 for 4 eyeshadow colors is a lot. The packaging is beautiful, but I would argue that the Louis Vuitton packaging is much nicer, much more substantial. However, if you wanted to try Hermes Beauty, if you wanted to see what the formula is like, or you really love this color story, then I think it is a must-buy. The formula was just so easy to work with, so creamy, and I think you could just do so many looks with these colors. It's only 4 shades, but there's just so many things you can do with this. So I would say that this is a must-buy with the caveat that, of course, there are many other palettes that you can buy on the market with more options, more colors for this type of price. You could probably buy 2 other palettes for the price of this one. But if you love luxury beauty, if you wanted to try Hermes or you love Hermes Beauty and you wanted to pick up this color story, I would definitely recommend it. And now my final verdict for this lipstick is similar to the eyeshadow palette. I think it is a must-buy if you love luxury beauty, if you don't mind spending $85 on a lipstick. This is a beautiful one. The shade is beautiful for the fall. It feels so comfortable on my lips. It's not a traditional matte. It's very creamy. I think it hides a lot of the lines in my lips. The shade is beautiful and the packaging is quite adorable and luxurious. So my final verdict on this lipstick is it's a must-buy with the caveat that, of course, there are many other lipsticks on the market that you can get a similar color payoff and formula with a cheaper price tag. However, if you love Hermes and you wanted to pick up this limited edition packaging, which is really fun, I would definitely recommend checking it out. I think it is worth it with the caveat of this is Hermes, it's going to be Hermes prices, and you know, it is what it is. But it's beautiful. I love the formula. I'm very happy that I tried this collection. Okay, so that wraps up this week's episode of Trial Tuesday. I'm so excited that I got to finally try Hermes Beauty. This might have been my first time trying it, but I don't think this will be my last. I love the formula. I love the packaging, the Hermes experience of getting that little orange box in the mail. It just makes a girl feel good. So let me know in the comments down below what you think. And also, if you're interested in entering my giveaway to win the Swan Hourglass Holiday Palette, please see the description box below. I'll have all the details down there. But please make sure you're subscribed. That's one of the conditions of the giveaway. And please DM me on Instagram or comment on this video with any questions you may have. So thank you so much for joining me today. I appreciate your time, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.